Barbara Harris has her hands full. She plays coach, referee, mediator, and all-around quintessential mom. Barbara and husband Smitty have 10 kids, 6 between them and 4 who are adopted.
Actually, we had not intended to adopt any children. That wasn't our intent. We became foster parents in 1990, and it was just it was just supposed to be a temporary thing, because I honestly believed at that time that you wouldn't love somebody else's children as you do your own, and I was wrong.
So wrong that after they adopted little Destiny, they felt compelled to adopt her 3 siblings.
Taylor throws fits, yeah, our 4-year-old little girl, yeah, she has a real hard time. She probably throws about 20 fits in a day. She throws herself on the ground. Her attention span is not very good, and her patience, she has no patience. It's like if something is going to happen, it happens right now, or she's on the ground and kicking and throwing things.
You see, Taylor and her other 3 brothers and sister were born addicted to crack cocaine, and life for drug babies and their caretakers can be far from routine.
Most babies are content and happy to be held, and these children are not. They're not content. They're jittery, loud noises scare them. We had the most problems with Isaiah. My husband and I would take shifts with him because he didn't sleep for 3 months. He had projectile vomiting, and he just was not a happy baby at all.
When women use drugs, cocaine, crack cocaine, alcohol, heroin, methamphetamine, in the last trimester of pregnancy, their infants can be born addicts. At minimum, they don't sleep. They cry endlessly and are inconsolable. In 1994, 400,000 such babies were delivered in hospitals around the country to moms who used. Moms like Lisa Ivan.
I used, like I said, from the beginning till the day I delivered. She looked normal like any other baby, but of course she was born addicted to the drug.
The drug was methamphetamine. Today, Lisa has been clean and sober for 3 years, thanks to a drug rehab and the City of Long Beach Department of Health and Human Service Family Preservation Program.
So all I wanted to do was get high and party, and, you know, that was my priority. You know, even though I was pregnant, that was more just of an inconvenience. You can't hold a job, you can't make good choices, you can't go to work every day because you can't get up. I'm not sure what we can do about it.
But Barbara Harris is. 2 years ago, Barbara created CRACK, Children Requiring a Care in Community. CRACK has been gathering support, canvassing people all around California to see how many people felt like she did, that women who gave birth to drug-addicted babies should be held accountable. The support she received was so overwhelming that it led to Assembly Bill 2614, now in the California State Legislature for review.
It's called the Prenatal Neglect Act, and if the bill passes, giving birth to a drug baby will be a crime, and the women will have a choice of going to jail for a stated period of time or entering and completing a drug treatment program.
When I heard Barbara's bill, I thought this is a solution.
Denise Pribilla is a social worker quite familiar with the actions of drug-addicted moms.
You can't force these women to go into drug treatment. They have to want to go there. Unfortunately, most of them don't. A lot of the women I've come in contact with have eventually cleaned up because of their involvement in the criminal justice system.
Denise says that only 5% of the mothers she works with voluntarily seek help and eventually get clean and sober.
I like the legislation because I think prenatal exposure to drugs is child neglect at the minimum. It's abuse to that infant, to that fetus. We prosecute parents for physically abusing their children, for neglecting their children after they're out in the world. These children deserve just as much of that protection.
Valerie Small Navarro is the legislative analyst for the American Civil Liberties Union, and the ACLU opposes the bill because it has some unintended consequences.
The choice to go to prison or to have drug treatment depends on whether somebody has the money to go to drug treatment, first of all, And second of all, whether drug treatment programs are available.
May not be the ultimate in solutions. It may not be perfect in its delivery. But what it does is it says to these mothers, you're accountable for your actions.
I'll fight and have it rewritten. I'll do whatever it takes to get it passed.
And in my book, Barbara has the inside advantage over her opponents, her commitment and devotion to her kids.
Hurry, go, do it. You do it? Like this, you do it.
I love them like I gave birth to them. I picked them up from the hospital. You couldn't tell me they weren't mine. I wouldn't believe you.
So why is Barbara's work so important to you and me? Well, for starters, each year crack babies rack up about $800 million in medical bills. You and I write the check. Well, Barbara's Assembly Bill 2614 made it over the first hurdle. It passed through the Public Safety Committee. But it still has a very long way to go before it can become a law. Government timetables being what they are, we'll keep you posted.